John? John, is that you?
Scott? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I've been here for like, I don't know, 6 months waiting for you.
Me too. Where'd you go?
Been sitting right here. Oh, I had a setting wrong on the camera. Sorry about that.
That's what it's all about.
Well, in all seriousness, we're back. Biotech Project is back, and we're really excited for a new season. We've got a lot of plans, and we're excited to share them with you.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Really looking forward to it, Scott. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
You want to break into and navigate your career in the pharma and biotech industry. We know how to teach you. This is the Biotech Project. From sales to medical affairs and everything in between, we're talking about it. No matter how you got here, from here to your next role is up to you, and we're here to help. You'll hear from guests in every role, from CEO to sales, recruiters to hiring managers. The Biotech Project. Here are your hosts, Scott Resnick and Dr. John Walsh.
And we really are back. It's good to see you, John.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, Scott. It feels good to be back again. I know it's been a while, but just really good to be back doing it. Yep.
Absolutely. So we might as well address the monkey in the room, right? Where we been. So, John, you want to start it off?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it goes without saying, right? And I think hopefully our listeners can resonate with this, but life gets in the way, right? I mean, this past year has been incredibly busy. For you and for me, both personally and professionally, which has all been great stuff. On top of that, in the past year, as many of you know, I live in Southwest Florida, so we've had a couple of great hurricanes in the past 2 years or a year. So we've been sidetracked with a whole bunch of that stuff too. But super glad to be back. And how about you, man? Where have you been?
Well, just like you know, life really kicked off this year, so a lot of things at home. I had my oldest kind of going through. He was a senior in high school, and we were dealing with traveling, looking at colleges for him. He's a musician, so a lot of traveling, looking at schools, and then auditioning at schools, and then ultimately deciding on a school that's 10 hours away. So, yeah, it's just been a lot, but. You know, I think it's important to share with those who are listening that we haven't really gone away. We've been doing a lot of planning while we were, not able to record, and getting things ready for kind of the next stage of the Biotech Project. But I don't know about you. I just thought it was kind of cool because while we were away, I was getting inquiries. People were saying, you know, hey, you coming out with new episodes. People were pitching guest ideas. And it was an aching to get back here and talk to you and kick things off again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was getting some of those as well, both from, colleagues and friends in the industry. As you know, we got a couple of emails as well from people in many different companies who are asking about, things that occurred on prior episodes, or how do I get onto a new episode. So I think the purpose of this meeting here today is really just to let everybody know that we're going to do it. We're back. So we've already started, as Scott mentioned, we've been doing a lot of planning and sitting down and figuring out what is the rest of these few weeks of 2023 look like, and what does 2024 look like. And I think we're really charting the course for what could be really kind of a cool year. A lot of fresh ideas and new people out there who really want to share some time with us. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's not forget, we already kicked off, our comeback tour, if you will, with Mary Jean's episode. So if you haven't listened to that episode, go ahead, either go to the website at www.thebioTechProject.com, or go to our YouTube page, which we're really growing our YouTube page, and you can watch that episode with Mary Jean. Very interesting episode. Enjoyed recording that one. But speaking of that, the most important thing everybody can do is help us get the word out because, that's what really makes this most exciting for us. I mean, this is really a pet project, a project out of love for the two of us. And it's people letting us know that they've heard it or sharing with us or emailing us or anything that really matters. So please go to the Facebook page and subscribe and like videos. And same thing on our podcast, subscribe to the podcast. It's available everywhere, which is really cool. So, my daughter's boyfriend, so my daughter's got a new boyfriend. So that may be the other, thing that's kept me from episodes, trying to hide from that. But my daughter's boyfriend said, "Oh, I came across your podcast. I was, searching around podcasts, and somehow I came across yours, and I thought that was kind of cool." Of course, my daughter was all embarrassed and whatnot, but I thought it was kind of cool. And
well, then mission accomplished. Anytime you can embarrass your kids, you did well. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And on a kind of a really cooler note, I was at a conference and I was talking to somebody who was involved with patient advocacy. And, we were talking about different ideas to outreach to patients, and the concept of podcast came up. And, I mentioned, hey, I have a podcast, and this person stopped and said, "Do you do it with a doctor?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "I've listened to your podcast. I subscribe to it." I wasn't sure if that was you, and would have felt weird just saying, "Hey, do you have a podcast?" But that was kind of the coolest thing. That was like my 15 minutes of fame right there. So, looking forward to growing that. Some of the ideas, if you're cool with it, John, I'm going to share some of the ideas that we have moving forward.
Yeah, let's do it.
The first thing is we know listening to a 45-minute podcast can be difficult, for folks. So one of the things that we're doing is we're cutting up our podcast into shorts. So you'll be able to go to YouTube or TikTok or Instagram and watch shorts, and we're going to cut them up into really the best of the best. So every episode is great, but there are parts in the episode that, short little clips that really have an impact. So we're going to cut those up, and we're going to be posting those up there for you. We're going to look to bring in guests that kind of help you go to that next step. So we're going to be looking to bring in more recruiters this year to talk about what's going on in the industry, really hone it down to different subspecialties in the industry. And we're going to look to have them sharing what opportunities they may have. So folks that are listening that are looking for their next step in the biotech project will be able to make some contacts and reach out to them. And then, we're going to talk about really industry trends, and, we're going to continue to have those great guests, but sometimes it's nice to just sit down and talk for 15, 20 minutes about, what's going on in the biotech world, in the pharma world, and even in the world, because we are living in a crazy world these days, it feels like. So, one of the things we have an upcoming episode, we're going to talk about AI. I mean, unless you are living under a rock, AI is everywhere today in every aspect of your life, and you may not realize it, but AI is making a big impact in our world. So, our next episode, we're going to spend some time just talking about that. So we're going to try and reduce our episode size to make them more digestible for everybody that's listening and in a hurry, because we're all in hurries today. And most importantly, we want to hear from you. What do you want out of an episode? You have ideas, you have topics, you have guests that you want to pitch. You want to come on and be a guest because you think you have a good story to tell? Let's go. Reach out. Our email address is hosts, HOSTS, at thebiotechproject.com. And we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Scott, you really hit on the key point is the thing that's really exciting about this is that we get to bring content that people like to hear. And the only way we really know is when we get that feedback. And we do. We get emails and we get notes from people all the time. And people that we know reach out to us. But anything that anybody who's listening right now, if you want to hear a particular topic, if we don't know the answer, we'd love to go out and try to find somebody who's got the answer and help bring it to you, or research it a bit and bring some of the answer to you. So we're happy to do some of the legwork. We're happy to bring in those people. If you are that person, as Scott said, or you know the right person, feel free to send them our way as well. But most importantly, if you're going to listen, we want this to be worth your time, and we want you to have fun. God knows we have fun doing it, so we want to share it with you. So super pumped, really looking forward to 2024 and what we can bring the audience. So keep on listening. Thanks for coming, and really, really looking forward to engaging more with everybody as the end of the year wraps up and into the new year. Thanks.
Well said. We're excited about what's to come. Can't wait to bring you our next episode. And until then, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys on the other side soon.